Let's start with spinning rods, since they're probably the most versatile rods you'll ever own. Spinning rods are designed to work with spinning reels that mount underneath the rod. You can spot them easily because they have larger guides near the reel that get smaller toward the tip. This design helps control your line during the cast and reduces those annoying tangles we all hate. Most spinning rods range from about 6 to 12 feet long, and they're perfect for beginners because they're so forgiving. You can cast light lures with incredible accuracy, and they work great in both freshwater and saltwater. The spinning reel underneath makes casting feel natural and intuitive. You just open the bail, hold the line with your finger, make your cast, and release. No complicated thumb work or backlash worries like you get with other setups. Use spinning rods when you're targeting everything from panfish and trout to bass walleye and even smaller saltwater species. They handle light lines beautifully, usually anywhere from 4 to 20-pound test, making them ideal when fish are finicky or the water is clear. Next up, casting rods, also called bait casting rods. These rods are built to work with bait casting reels that sit on top of the rod instead of underneath. The guides are smaller and more uniform in size compared to spinning rods, and they sit close to the rod, blank facing upward. Most casting rods have what's called a trigger grip, which gives you extra control and leverage when fighting fish. These rods are all about precision and power. They're typically stiffer than spinning rods and can handle heavier lines and lures with ease. Casting rods excel when you need pinpoint accuracy, like flipping jigs under docks or pitching into heavy cover where big bass like to hide. The direct connection between the reel and rod gives you incredible sensitivity, so you can feel every little tap or bump on your lure. They're also fantastic for techniques that require setting the hook hard, like when you're fishing in thick vegetation or around structure. Use casting rods when you're targeting larger fish species and need that extra backbone to muscle them out of cover. They work great with lines from 12 to 25 pounds or even heavier. Now, fly rods are in a completely different category. These rods are specifically designed for fly fishing, where you're casting lightweight artificial flies using the weight of the fly line itself. Fly rods are generally longer and much more flexible than other rod types, typically ranging from 7 to 12 feet. The key thing about fly rods is their weight rating system, which ranges from 0 weight up to 16 weight. This weight refers to the thickness of the rod blank, not the actual weight in ounces. A 5 weight is perfect for general trout fishing, while an 8 weight handles larger fish like salmon or redfish. The action of a fly rod determines how it bends when you're casting. Fast action rods bend mainly in the tip section and are great for accuracy and distance. Slow action rods bend throughout the entire length and are more forgiving for beginners. Fly rods require a completely different casting technique than other rods. You're essentially using the rod to load and unload energy, creating loops in the fly line that carry your fly to the target. Use fly rods when you want the ultimate in finesse fishing, or when you're targeting fish that are easily spooked by heavier tackle. Let's move on to ultralight rods, which are all about maximizing the fun factor. These rods are designed for light lines and small lures, typically ranging from 4 to 7 feet in length. They're incredibly sensitive, so you can feel every little nibble from even the smallest fish. Ultralight rods usually handle lines from 2 to 6 pounds and lures from 1/16 ounce up to maybe a 1/4 ounce. The beauty of ultralight fishing is that it turns even small fish into exciting battles. A 10-inch bluegill on ultralight tackle will bend your rod and give you a fight you'll remember. These rods are perfect for targeting panfish, small trout, and other species, where the goal is to have maximum fun rather than just catch the biggest fish possible. The flexibility of ultralight rods helps prevent line breaks when fish make sudden runs because the rod absorbs the shock. They're also excellent for teaching kids how to fish, since the light tackle makes everything more exciting and engaging. Trolling rods are built for a completely different style of fishing. These rods are designed to pull bait or lures behind a moving boat, and they need to handle the constant pressure and resistance that creates. Trolling rods typically range from 7 to 12 feet and feature what's called a parabolic action, meaning they bend in a smooth curve throughout the entire rod. This design helps absorb the shock when a fish strikes and prevents the fish from throwing the hook during that initial hit. Most trolling rods have heavy-duty guides that can handle thick lines or even wire, and many feature roller guides to reduce friction. The tip section is usually quite flexible and acts as a visual bite indicator when the rod is sitting in a holder. You can literally watch the rod tip to see when a fish hits. The butt section of trolling rods is heavily reinforced because you're often fighting large, powerful fish while the boat continues moving. Use trolling rods when you're targeting species like salmon, lake trout, walleye, or saltwater fish like tuna and mahi-mahi. They work best with downriggers, planer boards, or other trolling equipment. Surf rods are the long-range artillery of the fishing world. These rods are specifically designed for casting heavy sinkers and baits far from shore to reach fish beyond the breaking waves. Most surf rods range from 9 to 15 feet, with 11 to 12-foot rods being the sweet spot for most anglers. The extra length gives you the leverage needed for those long casts and helps keep your line above the waves when you're fighting fish. Surf rods are built with powerful blanks that can handle casting weights from 2 ounces up to 8 ounces or more. The guides are large and made from corrosion-resistant materials like stainless steel to handle the harsh saltwater environment. The handle design usually features a long rear grip that allows for two-handed casting techniques, which are essential for getting maximum distance. These rods typically have a moderate to fast action that provides casting power while still offering enough flexibility to fight fish effectively. Use surf rods when you're fishing from beaches, piers, or rocky shorelines, where you need to reach fish that are holding in deeper water away from shore. Ice fishing rods are about as specialized as fishing gear gets. These compact rods are built specifically for the unique challenges of fishing through holes in frozen water. Most ice rods measure between 24 and 48 inches long, making them perfect for the tight confines of an ice shelter. The short length also gives you precise control when you're jigging small lures in that narrow column of water directly below your hole. Ice rods are incredibly sensitive because fish tend to bite much more subtly in cold water. Many feature bright colored tips or built-in spring bobbers that act as visual bite indicators in those dim winter conditions. The materials have to withstand extreme cold without becoming brittle, and the handles often use cork or foam grips that stay comfortable even when you're wearing thick gloves. Power ratings typically range from ultralight to medium light since you're usually working with smaller lures and lighter lines. Use ice rods when you're targeting species like perch, bluegill, crappie, and walleye through the ice. Some models even come with interchangeable tips of different sensitivities, so you can match your setup to whatever species you're after. Telescopic rods are the ultimate in portability and convenience. These clever rods collapse down into a compact package that fits easily in a backpack or suitcase, then extend to full length when you're ready to fish. Modern telescopic rods use advanced locking mechanisms and high-quality materials that deliver performance surprisingly close to traditional two-piece rods. They typically range from about 4 to 12 feet when fully extended, with most anglers choosing 7 to 10-foot models for the best balance of castability and handling. The telescopic design makes them perfect for traveling anglers, hikers who want to fish remote mountain lakes, or anyone with limited storage space. You can choose between graphite models that offer lightweight sensitivity, fiberglass versions that provide extra durability, or carbon fiber blends that give you the best of both worlds. Use telescopic rods when you need maximum portability without sacrificing too much performance. They work great for everything from trout fishing on backcountry streams to surf fishing during beach vacations. Now, let's talk about rod action and power, because these terms get thrown around a lot, but many anglers don't really understand what they mean. Rod action refers to where the rod bends when pressure is applied. Fast action rods bend primarily in the top third, providing incredible sensitivity and quick hook sets, but less forgiveness when fighting fish. Moderate action rods bend in the top half, offering a good balance of sensitivity and fish fighting ability. Slow action rods bend throughout their entire length, providing maximum shock absorption but less sensitivity for detecting bites. Rod power, on the other hand, describes the rod's resistance to bending. Ultralight power rods are perfect for small fish and light lines, while heavy and extra heavy power rods are built for big fish and thick cover. The key is matching your rod's action and power to your fishing style and target species. A fast action, heavy power rod excels for flipping jigs to base and heavy cover, while a moderate action, medium power rod works beautifully for all-around fishing. I hope this breakdown helps you choose the right rod for your next fishing adventure. Each rod type has its place in an angler's arsenal, and understanding when to use each one will definitely improve your success on the water. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments what type of fishing you're most interested in. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.